What if the world you see is but a shadow of the truth that awaits beyond? What if the veil between life and what lies after is thinner than you've ever dared to imagine, whispering secrets your soul already knows, but your mind refuses to hear? Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, unseen realm, a place where every choice you've made, every tear you've shed, every unspoken word lingers, waiting to confront you. This is not a fantasy, nor a tale spun to comfort or frighten. This is the umbral, the spiritual threshold CHICO XAVIER unveiled, a mirror to the human heart that reveals what we've long ignored. Are you ready to peer into its depths? Or will you turn away, pretending the shadows hold no meaning? They say death is the end, a quiet curtain falling on life's fleeting stage. But what if they're wrong? What if death is merely a doorway, and the umbral is the corridor beyond, a place where the soul's unfinished business weaves a tapestry of light and shadow? CHICO XAVIER, a voice of humility and wisdom, spoke of this realm not with fear, but with a piercing clarity that shatters the illusions we cling to. He saw what others could not, that the umbral is not a distant hell or a paradise reserved for the chosen, but a reflection of our own hearts, a landscape carved by the weight of our deeds. Can you feel the pull of this truth, tugging at the edges of your certainty? What lies in your own shadow, waiting to be revealed? The world teaches us to chase fleeting pleasures, to drown our doubts in noise, to believe that what we cannot see does not exist. Yet CHICO XAVIER whispered a different gospel, one that burns through the lies we tell ourselves. The umbral, he said, is not a punishment, but a reckoning, a place where the soul faces itself without masks. Every resentment you've harbored, every kindness you've withheld, every moment you've chosen fear over love, they do not vanish. They wait. They breathe. They form the very ground you'll walk in this unseen world. Does this truth unsettle you? Good. It should. For what is the weight of your life, if not the sum of what you've chosen to carry? Picture a place where time bends, where the past and present collide, where the echoes of your choices ripple like waves across an endless shore. CHICO XAVIER saw this place not with eyes, but with the heart of one who loved humanity too deeply to leave it blind. He spoke of the umbral as a teacher, stern yet merciful, where the soul learns what it refused to learn in life. But here's the question that gnaws at the edges of your mind. What lessons are you writing for yourself right now? What burdens are you weaving into the fabric of your spirit? The answers are not in these words, nor in the fleeting thoughts that dance through your mind. They are in the journey ahead, in the truths CHICO XAVIER left for those brave enough to listen. This is not a story to be told, but a mystery to be lived. The umbral is not a destination, but a mirror, reflecting the eternal dance of choice and consequence. CHICO XAVIER's revelations are not gentle. They are a fire that burns away the illusions we've built to shield ourselves from truth. As you stand at the threshold of this video, ask yourself, are you ready to see what lies beyond the veil? Are you prepared to confront the questions that will not let you go? Watch on, for every second holds a piece of the puzzle, and to turn away now is to leave the greatest mystery of your soul unanswered. Have you ever felt a shiver trace your spine, a whisper of something vast and unseen brushing against your soul? The umbral is not a place, but a presence, a shadow cast by every choice, every wound, every unspoken truth you've buried deep. CHICO XAVIER saw it, not with eyes clouded by fear, but with a heart that burned to unveil what we dare not face. Imagine a realm where your regrets breathe, where your silences scream, where the weight of your life presses against you, demanding to be known. What would you see if you stood before this mirror of the spirit, stripped of all pretense? The question lingers, sharp and unyielding, pulling you toward a truth you've always felt but never named. The umbral is calling, Will you answer, or will you turn away, clinging to the comfort of ignorance? They told you death is a final bow, a curtain drawn across the stage of your existence. But what if death is merely the opening of a door, and the umbral is the threshold where your soul must pause? Chico Xavier spoke of this not as a distant myth, but as a living reality, a landscape woven from the threads of your own heart. Every act of love, every spark of resentment, every moment you chose to hide from yourself, they do not fade. They gather, they wait, they form the very air you'll breathe in this unseen world. Can you feel the tremor of this revelation, shaking the foundations of what you thought you knew? What have you woven into the fabric of your spirit, and what will it demand of you when the veil falls? The truth is not gentle, it cuts, it burns, it beckons you to see. The world seduces you with noise, with distractions, with the lie that what lies beyond is too distant to matter. Yet Chico Xavier's voice pierces through, soft as a whisper, sharp as a blade. The umbral is not a punishment, but a mirror, a merciless, merciful reflection of who you are. Every tear you've swallowed, every kindness you've offered, every fear you've let define you, they are not lost. They are alive, etched into the eternal canvas of your soul. Do you dare to look? Do you dare to ask what shadows you've cast, what light you've dimmed? The umbral does not judge, it reveals, and in that revelation lies a truth so raw it could unravel you. What are you hiding from? And how long can you run before it finds you? Picture a place where time dissolves, where the echoes of your life ripple like waves across a boundless sea. Chico Xavier walked this shore, not as a prophet, but as a guide. His words a lantern in the fog of our denial. The umbral is a teacher, he said, its lessons carved in the language of the heart. It does not condemn, it asks. It asks why you chose anger over forgiveness, why you clung to pride when love was within reach, why you turned away when your soul begged you to grow. Can you hear its questions now, stirring the quiet corners of your mind? What lessons are you writing for yourself in this very moment? The answers are not in the stars or in the words of others. They are in you, waiting to be claimed. This is not a tale to be heard, but a fire to be felt. The umbral is not a destination. It is the truth of you, laid bare. Chico Xavier's vision strips away the illusions we wrap ourselves in, leaving only the raw pulse of what it means to be human. Every choice you make, every silence you keep, every step you take, it all leads to this threshold. Are you ready to cross it? Are you ready to face the questions that will not let you go? The journey is not easy, but it is yours. And to turn back now is to deny the very essence of your soul. Hold fast, for the path ahead is alive with meaning, and every moment draws you closer to the heart of the mystery. The umbral does not wait. It is here now, in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. Chico Xavier's words are not a story, but a summons. A call to awaken to the truths you've always carried. What if the life you're living is but a rehearsal for the moment you stand before this mirror? What if every pain, every joy, every fleeting doubt is a brushstroke on the canvas of your eternity? The umbral is not a place of fear, but of clarity, where the soul sees itself as it truly is. Can you feel its gaze upon you, gentle yet unrelenting? What would it show you if you dared to look? The world may tell you to forget, to move on, but the spirit remembers, and it will not be silenced. We are taught to fear the unknown, to shrink from the shadows that linger beyond our sight. But Chico Xavier saw no darkness, only light waiting to be uncovered. The umbral is not a prison, but a crucible, where the soul is refined by the fire of its own truth. Every moment you've lived, every choice you've made, every whisper of your heart, it all converges here, in this sacred pause between worlds. Do you feel the weight of it, pressing against your chest? Do you sense the urgency, the call to know yourself before the curtain falls? The umbral is not a myth. It is the echo of your life, and it is speaking now. What is it saying, and are you brave enough to listen? The journey through the umbral is not one of distance, but of depth, a descent into the heart of what it means to be you. CHICO XAVIER's revelations are a map, drawn not in ink, but in the quiet wisdom of a soul that loved too fiercely to let us wander blind. He saw the umbral as a garden, where the seeds of our actions bloom into lessons we cannot escape. What have you planted, and what harvest awaits you? The question is not a judgment, but an invitation to grow, to heal, to become. The umbral does not demand perfection. It asks for courage. Can you muster it? Can you step into the mystery, knowing that every truth you uncover will change you forever? The path is open, and the time is now. This is not a story. It is a reckoning. The umbral is not a place you visit, but a truth you carry. CHICO XAVIER's words are a flame, burning away the lies we tell ourselves to sleep at night. Every doubt you've buried, every dream you've abandoned, every moment you've chosen fear over love, they are not gone. They are here, in the umbral, waiting to teach you what you've refused to learn. Do you feel the pull, the ache of something greater calling you forward? What would happen if you stopped running, if you turned to face the mirror? The answers are not in these words, but in the journey you're about to take. Step forward, for the umbral is not a destination. It is the beginning of you. The world is loud, but the umbral is louder still, a silent roar that drowns out the distractions we cling to. CHICO XAVIER heard it, felt it, lived it, and his voice carries its echo to us now. The umbral is not a threat, but a promise that nothing is lost, that every moment matters, that every soul finds its way. But the way is not easy, and the truth is not soft. It asks you to see yourself, to know yourself, to love yourself enough to change. Can you do it? Can you stand at the edge of this mystery and choose to dive in? The umbral is not waiting for tomorrow. It is here, in the beat of your heart, in the breath you take, in the choices you make now. The journey begins, and it begins with you. The umbral is not a shadow to flee, but a mirror to embrace, a silent symphony of your soul's unspoken truths. CHICO XAVIER's vision lingers, not as a lesson carved in stone, but as a whisper that stirs the embers of your deepest knowing. Every choice, every wound, every flicker of love or fear you've carried, they are not chains, but threads in a tapestry that only you can weave. What if this moment, this breath, is your chance to choose the pattern? The umbral does not wait for tomorrow. It hums within you now, a quiet pulse beneath the noise of the world. Can you hear it, calling you to see yourself as you truly are? There is no end to this journey, only a pause, a sacred stillness where the heart listens to what the mind has long ignored. The umbral is not a place of judgment, but of revelation, where the light of your spirit meets the shadows of your past. CHICO XAVIER saw this, not with the arrogance of certainty, but with the tenderness of one who knows the weight of being human. Your life is not a ledger of mistakes, but a canvas of possibilities, painted with every act of courage, every tear of forgiveness. What colors will you add now, knowing the mirror awaits? The truth is not a burden. It is a beckoning, urging you to rise. What if the umbral is not a destination, but a question? One that asks not who you were, but who you dare to become. CHICO XAVIER's words are a lantern, casting light on the paths we've walked and the ones yet to unfold. The regrets you carry, the dreams you've silenced, the love you've withheld, they are not your prison, but your teachers, guiding you toward a truth that sets you free. In the silence of this moment, feel the weight of your own heart. What does it long to say? What does it ache to heal? The umbral is not a place you find. It is a truth you live, moment by moment, choice by choice. This is the echo of your soul, resonating in the quiet spaces where fear and hope collide. CHICO XAVIER's legacy is not a doctrine, but a flame, a spark that ignites the courage to face yourself, to love yourself, to change. The umbral is the eternal now, where every step you take ripples across the vastness of your spirit. You are not alone in this dance of light and shadow, for every heart that seeks truth walks beside you. And here, in this fleeting pause, a single truth burns bright. Your life is a sacred thread in the tapestry of eternity, and every choice you make weaves it anew. Dare to weave with love, for love is the only thread that endures. This truth is yours to carry, to cherish, to share. Let it move you, not to linger in the shadows, but to step into the light of your own becoming. If CHICO XAVIER's vision has stirred something within you, if you feel the pulse of the umbral in your own heart, then let it live. Like this video, let it be a spark in the darkness. Comment your thoughts, for your voice matters. Share this journey, for someone else needs its light. Subscribe, not to a channel, but to a truth that binds us all. The umbral is calling, and your story is part of its song. Will you sing,